So this is the proper use of the tongue and the ear for a human being, is to develop a taste for transcendental vibration. Otherwise, we may have ears, but frogs have ears, other animals have ears, but what are the use of those ears? They're just hearing some kind of croaking in the night, which can attract the snake, come and eat them. Like that, we spend our time asking and talking and discussing, but if we never really find out what is the purpose of life, what is our goal in life, who are we, what is the existence before death, rather before birth, after death, then what is the value of all the things that we hear and discuss about? If we don't solve these basic problems. Normally these things are not discussed because people don't know the answers. So it's embarrassing to discuss. It creates a type of mental pressure. But in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, these topics are thoroughly discussed and very clearly can be understood. Actually, I didn't mean any offense to any Ayatollahs. But we also were preaching in Iran, and we got a very good response from the Iranian people there. But just some of the religious so-called fundamentalists, when they saw that so many people were taking to Krishna consciousness in Iran, they threatened the leaders of the Hare Krishna movement there that we're going to kill you. And they arrested a few people and sent them off to the Iraqi war. So then some of those Iranian devotees had to flee from Iran. Some of them have taken asylum in India, and some have taken asylum here in America. But in this way, sometimes we try to preach the Krishna conscious movement, and wherever we go, we find that if people practice this science, they get an immediate response. I personally went to Iran and I saw the temple there, and I saw they had a Govinda's restaurant, and it was the people that were coming there were very interested people, intellectual people. This was after the revolution, but before the American hostages were taken, that I went there. But I was also almost machine gunned by the Revolutionary Guards for walking in the wrong part of the street or something. And it was a bit dangerous at that time. But they were busy with the Shah. They hadn't realized that the Hare Krishna movement was there working. Our devotees were giving out halva to the Revolutionary Guards and chanting Hare Krishna. But eventually when they got rid of the other enemies, they started focusing that what are these people doing here? This is not part of our fundamental program. And so then they threatened the Hare Krishna devotees and arrested a few and sent off a few to the Iraqi front. One of them was killed in the war. It's kind of an excuse for getting rid of people. And it's very unfortunate because a lot of intelligent people in Persia, in Iran, and they could easily take to Krishna consciousness.